guys, TSO back with another RC video for you. Today we're going to be taking the F36 FuriBee tiny whoop quadcopter and converting it to run these bad boys right here, which are the tenergy 220 milliamp 30C single cell lipos instead of the little 150C kind of square looking packs these come with. I don't have it right in front of me right now because I have it charging, but I have ran these in the JJRC tiny whoop that I have, and I get about a minute and a half extra runtime using these batteries, and these are really cheap. You can pick them up on eBay for, man, I don't even know, they're like $2 a piece, if that. So what we're going to have to do is, because on the bottom of the FuriBee right here you can see the plug. I'm not even sure what you call that plug really right there. Anyway, it's not the same as these. These are what are they? Okay, so they're a Molex 1.25 pitch plug. That's what's on these batteries, sorry. So I went ahead and got some of these female leads off eBay, the 1.25 leads, and I'm going to solder it onto this board, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. First thing I'm going to do is cut off some length of this wire because this has really long leads. I'm going to leave, you know, a good tail just because it's nice to have some slack for hooking up your battery. So something about like that. And then I'm going to strip the wires, and my wire strippers don't go this small, so I'm just going to take a razor blade and just roll it on the cutting mat a little bit, and then pull it off with my finger like that. I got the soldering iron heating up right now, so that'll be good to go. Strip this one. Didn't get a very good cut on that one. These wires are just really small. Alright, so got the wires stripped. I'm going to twist them together a little bit. Take the canopy off of the FuriBee. These are awesome quads, by the way. If you guys want a cheap quad that's really high performance, this thing's a powerhouse even with the stock motors. I'll have another video coming out later with some modified motors I'm going to be putting in it to make it a little faster. And you can see right here there's the positive and negative poles. It's kind of hard to see right there and there. And that's soldered directly to this connector on the other underside. So I'm going to go ahead and tin up these wires, which is really difficult to do without a soldering jig. I'm going to have to get one of those. Doesn't take a long time though because these wires are so small. You don't have to hold the soldering tip on there for very long. Okay, that one's tinned. Heat up this other one. One thing you really got to watch out for when soldering these wires on is the gap on the board in between the positive and negative connections is really small, so you got to be careful not to bridge that gap on the board when you're soldering, or you'll get a short. Not wanting to flow into that wire very good for some reason. Not wanting to tin very well. I don't know why. Oh, I got a blob on there anyway. Then you have to find out, the JJRC had positive and negative indicated on this, and this one does too. Up underneath there I can see that it says battery positive is on this side, so our positive is going to be, if you're looking at it from the rear, the positive is going to be the left pole. So let's solder that on there. It's kind of tricky to do this because they're so close together. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, I got the positive on. Doesn't take hardly any time with these little tiny electronics to get enough heat built up to flow the solder. Get a better grip on this. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to do behind the camera. Okay, there's the negative. And that is all there is to it. See, now we have that pigtail soldered on. Oh, there is actually one more thing you gotta do. These batteries are slightly thinner, so you can see I stuck a piece of double-sided tape in there and just left the backing on it, so it holds the battery nice and snug. A couple things I forgot to mention, guys. So, you got the solder connections right there. Go ahead and put just a dab of hot glue, just a little bit on there, and that will keep the strain from, constantly bending your wires, hooking up batteries and whatnot. That'll keep the strain off the solder joints, and that'll just make it a lot stronger, less likely to pop off during flight and stuff like that. And the cool thing about switching to these, what I say they were, Molex 125 connectors, 1.25 connectors rather, is that the batteries work with my Hobby Zone Champ, and this is the charger that came with my Champ. And so these batteries also work on my Hobbyco Champ, which I'll have a video of that coming out pretty soon because it's a really cool entry-level 3-channel airplane that can also be upgraded to ailerons, but we'll get into that in another video.